All right, hello everybody. So today we're going to be making 4 short drawings. These are going to be blind contour drawings. A contour is a fancy word for edge. You may have heard this word in reference to cars or makeup. Tends to come up in advertising for both of those things. So contour, fancy word for edge. In our case though, a contour drawing is a line drawing of just the edges of an object. And a blind contour drawing is a contour drawing where you're not looking at your paper, just the objects that you are going to be drawing. So why are we doing this? Well, it's not to make a beautiful drawing, because believe me, these drawings are going to look pretty strange. The point of this is that you focus on what it is that you are trying to draw. This is an exercise that teaches you to not to worry about how well you're actually drawing something, and to just focus on being carefully observant about the things that you're actually trying to draw. If you happen to play any sports, think of this exercise as the artistic equivalent of running laps. It's not the game, and we're not really making masterpieces here, but this will help you later. So what you're gonna need is you're gonna need 1 or 2 sheets of paper, definitely 1, maybe 2. You're gonna need a pencil or a pen. You don't need to erase anything, so it doesn't matter if you have a pen or not. And then you wanna have 4 small objects that have interesting shapes. So I've got a pair of glasses here. I have a umbrella, got a hairbrush, and got a belt here. You want to find things that have interesting shapes, that have curves to them, that have little details, things like that. It really doesn't matter. I just don't want you to pick something like this apple here, because this would be very boring to draw. You want something with interesting stuff happening. So what you're going to do is on your paper here, you're going to take your paper and we are going to just draw a line right through the middle like so. We're going to do this on the front and on the back. You're going to make 4 drawings. 1 drawing is going to be in each of these 4 spaces here. If you have a second sheet of paper handy, you can use this as a shield to make it so that you can't peek at what you are trying to draw. So if you take another sheet of paper like this, you can just poke a hole right through the middle of your paper, like so. And then you can hold on to it from the bottom side, like this, and draw away, and the piece of paper will actually block what you are drawing. If you're not going to use this and you're just going to draw it, just be careful not to look at your drawing until you're finished. I will know if you peek at your drawing. Do you know how I will know? I will know because your drawing will look good. So we are going to, I'm going to do one of these for you just so you get a sense of what it's going to look like. Maybe I'll do this umbrella here. So I'm just going to put my umbrella over here next to me. I'm going to turn my sheet of paper this direction here, so it's kind of near it. And let's see here. Yeah, maybe I'll do, actually, you know what? I'm going to do this because this will be smaller. And you can actually see this as I'm drawing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking for all the little bumps, all the little edges on here. I'm going to go nice and slow. Each one of these drawings should take 4 minutes, okay? If you do all 4 of these and you spend 4 minutes on each one, that's 16 minutes, plus another 4 minutes for you to get your stuff together. That's about 20 minutes, give or take. If you end up spending 3 minutes on it, it's not a big deal. But put a timer on it. Don't stop drawing until the timer goes off. Okay, I want you to keep drawing until the timer goes off. So I'm just going to start, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start on one end, and I'm just going to go really slowly, looking at all of the different edges. I'm just going to go nice and slow. One thing that I'm going to do too, as I'm drawing, is I'm not going to pick my pencil up off the paper. Just going to keep it on the paper the entire time. Why would I keep my pencil on my paper the entire time? It's because if I lift my pencil up off the paper, I will have no idea where I am, and I will be drawing bristles, thinking that I'm putting them in one section, and in fact, they'll be like off the paper somewhere totally different. So I'm just gonna keep my pencil on the paper the whole time. Just going back and forth. the more I look at this thing, the more I realize just how much there is to a hairbrush. There are so many tiny little curves and things on here. At this point, I have no idea what I'm drawing. I'm not looking at it. You're probably looking at my drawing right now and thinking, what an amazing job I'm doing. Maybe not. But if you see though, I've only drawn about an inch so far of my hairbrush here. I'm going really nice and slow. If I end up not finishing this before my 4 minutes are up, that is not a big deal either. But each one is going to be timed. We're just going to do 4 minutes on each one. And we're just going to really get to know these objects that we have here. Again, going in, all these little things on here. Come down over here. Whew. I probably should have started with an easier one. There's a lot to do here. Getting all these little bristles. There's another one over here. One over here. I think my side of my brush should be about in here. And I have more bristles kind of coming up over here. And I'm gonna go along over here. Gonna get a few more in over here. I'm about halfway through my hairbrush here. One thing you might find too as you're doing this is that your drawing might go off the paper. It might bleed, like go past your, wherever my line is over here, into the other drawing that you were doing. And that is totally fine. It really does not matter. These are not gonna be the kinds of drawings that you show to your parents and have them hang up on the wall. Hopefully, please don't do that. They will wonder what it is that I'm actually teaching you in art class. This way. Again, getting towards the end of my bristles here, I think. I've kind of lost track of which row I'm on at this point. But I'm kind of coming up on it over here. All right. I think my end is going to be around in here. So I'm going to start to get these last little guys in. All right, so now I'm onto the handle part. So I'm kind of coming in. There's like a little line in here, and then it curves back up. So there's this kind of a shape here, and it curves down on the other side. There's like the line over here. And then we have, I don't want to lift my pencil up because I don't want to lose my place, but we have all of these tiny little lines in here, and then we have the little logo there in the middle. So I'm just going to kind of start by making these sort of back and forth lines going across my handle, just kind of back and forth like this. This handle's over here, this one over here. Somewhere like around in here we have our logo right over in here. Should I attempt to write out the letters in here? Why not? Let me go back and forth. We have the O. We have the N. We have the A. I think I'm like totally running off my thing over here. All right, I'm gonna go back. That was probably a mistake. So as we're doing this, we're just looking at lines. We're just looking at edges. All of those little details. We're not worrying about shading anything in. We're just going back and forth here. Just kind of back and forth all along this edge over here. And then at the very end, I've got this little handle tip part over here. I have a feeling I'm running off the end of my paper over here, but that's okay. There's this circular shape somewhere in the middle of all that. All right. So as I'm looking at this thing now, kind of an interesting little drawing, actually. It came out a little better than I thought it was going to look. You might find when you're doing these, you might find certain parts where you're like, yeah, I think I really did that one part well. I could really see myself seeing it in that one little spot. You might have other parts where you're like, I have no idea what I'm even looking at over here. That's totally, totally fine here, okay? What you want to have is you want to have a lot of lines. The more lines you have, that's the more evidence of me being able to see you actually looking at stuff and trying to figure out what it is that you're seeing here, okay? So you're gonna do 4 of these, 1 in each of your sections here. Go nice and slow, even though they're only timed, even though they're only 4 minutes. It'll feel like a while as you're doing it, okay? So go nice and slow. When you are done, take a picture of both sides of your paper. Take a picture of one side, take a picture of the other, and then you're going to turn in both pictures to me through Schoology and the blind contour drawing assignment in this same folder. All right, thanks, good luck.